What if I told you that the quietest people in the room often have the loudest minds? That behind silence, there's not emptiness, but depth, creativity, and an entirely different way of seeing the world. In today's video, we're exploring 10 psychological facts about introverts that will completely change how you see them and maybe even how you see yourself. Let's begin. Fact 1, introverts. Brains work differently. Intros aren't just quiet people, their brains are wired differently. While extroverts crave dopamine, the reward chemical, introverts have a more active acetylcholine pathway, a chemical that makes them feel good when they focus deeply or spend time alone. That's why introverts often prefer peaceful environments and feel mentally drained after social events. Their brains are literally built to process the world in a more internal, reflective way. Fact 2, introverts are better at deep thinking. Studies show that introverts use parts of the brain related to problem solving, planning, and abstract thinking more than extroverts do. That's why they often come up with original ideas or creative insights. After being alone, they don't talk just to fill silence. They talk when they have something meaningful to say. Their power lies not in how much they speak, but in the depth of what they think. Fact 3, introverts don't hate people, they hate shallow conversations. One of the biggest myths is that introverts are antisocial. The truth is, they simply dislike small talk. They crave real, meaningful conversations about ideas, emotions, and life. So if you've ever met someone who avoids parties but can talk for hours about one topic, that's not rudeness. It's just introversion showing its depth. Fact 4, they recharge alone, not because they're weak, but because they're smart. Introverts lose energy in social settings because their brain processes external stimulation very deeply. It's like their mental battery drains faster when surrounded by people. So when they choose solitude, they're not isolating, they're recharging. That alone time helps them regain clarity, creativity, and focus. Fact 5, introverts notice everything. Introverts are natural observers. They pick up on tone, body language, and emotional energy in a room faster than most people realize. That's because they tend to analyze before reacting. Their ability to quietly absorb details makes them excellent judges of character and surprisingly good at reading people. Fact 6, introverts often make the best leaders. Contrary to what most people think, introverts can be incredibly effective leaders. Research from Harvard found that introverted leaders often outperform extroverted ones, especially when managing proactive teams. They listen more, think before acting, and empower others to share ideas. Their quiet confidence builds trust, and their calm nature inspires respect. Fact 7, they have a higher sensitivity to dopamine. Here's a shocking one. Introverts' brains are more sensitive to dopamine. That means too much excitement, loud noise, or social activity can overwhelm them quickly. It's not about shyness, it's biology. This sensitivity helps introverts stay calm, reflective, and focused on internal thoughts rather than external chaos. Fact 8, introverts form fewer but deeper relationships. An introvert doesn't need a crowd to feel fulfilled. They invest deeply in a few people, which makes their friendships and relationships more meaningful. They value loyalty, emotional safety, and trust over popularity or attention. If an introvert lets you into their world, it means they truly value you. Fact 9, introverts excel at creative and analytical work because they're comfortable being alone. Introverts are more likely to engage in deep focused tasks like writing, designing, coding, or inventing. Many of history's greatest minds, Albert Einstein, Bill Gates, Elon Musk have described themselves as introverts. Their solitude isn't loneliness, it's the space where their imagination thrives. Fact 10. Introverts feel more, but show less. Introverts often experience emotions more intensely than others, but they don't always express them outwardly. They might seem calm or distant on the outside, but inside, they're processing everything deeply. That's why introverts often connect with music, art, and writing. They use creative outlets to express what words can't. In a world that celebrates loudness, introverts remind us that silence has power. They don't need to be the center of attention to make an impact. They lead quietly, love deeply, and think profoundly. So, which of these introvert facts surprised you the most? Maybe you saw a bit of yourself in these signs, or maybe now you'll understand someone in your life a little better. Introverts aren't shy, they're simply tuned into a different frequency, and that's what makes them truly special. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to Factology Mind, and share this with someone who values quiet strength over loud noise, because the deepest minds don't always shout. They whisper wisdom. See you in the next one. Asterisk, asterisk.